Mollie Wallace. I'm a GX instructor here at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, and I teach yoga and meditation. So we're going to all start sitting down wherever you are. Try and get nice and comfortable. Make your environment peaceful if possible. And start by aligning your head over your heart and your heart over your pelvis. Relax your shoulders back and down, hands on the knees. We'll start with stretching our neck. So begin by letting your left ear fall towards your left shoulder. Option to bring your left arm around the side of the head. Possibly your right arm out toward the right side. So if this ever feels too intense, feel free to bring the arms back down. We have a lot of variations for each pose. So choose the one you feel most comfortable in. We'll take about 2 or 3 more deep breaths here. Then on your exhale, slowly come back to center. Good job. Now let your right ear fall toward the right shoulder. One side may feel different from the other. So you always have the option to choose how deep you want to go. You do have the option to bring the right arm around the head. Possibly your left arm out toward the left side. Just a few centimeters above the mat, shoulders relaxed. Breathe in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Good job. Last 2. And when you're ready, slowly exhale back to center. And you're going to tuck your chin into your chest. Option to bring your arms around your head, elbows falling inward. Keep the back straight. Unclench the jaw. Neck is very delicate, so if at any point it feels like too much, you can release. One more breath. And exhale, release the hands. Here we're going to switch legs, so whichever's on top will come on bottom and vice versa. Slowly look up towards the sky for one deep breath. Exhale back to center. We're going to bring our gaze as far to the left side as possible. Chin is parallel to the shoulder. And you have the option to bring your arms over towards the left side of the back. Does it feel good on the shoulders? Just release. And keep breathing here. 2 or 3 more deep breaths. Still opening out the neck. And on your exhale, release. Gaze is toward the right side. Option to bring your hands toward the right side. Remember, the right side doesn't have to do everything the left does. Choose your own variation for each side. Treat it like a blank slate. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. On your exhale, release. Come back to center. And we're going to make slow, big circles with our head at our own pace. Inhale, opposite direction. 1 or 2 more. And when you're done, come back to the center. Sitting tall, bring your hands on your shoulders, drop the shoulders. Inhale the elbows in, up, together, exhale out and down. Good, so keep going at your own pace. On your next inhale, opposite direction. Last 1 or 2. And rest the arms, open out your legs in a wide straddle. Here we're going to bring the hands to the heart. Option to bring them overhead. Left wrist grabs the right. Sway to the left side. Keep your feet flexed. If this doesn't feel good for your shoulders, you can keep your hands to the heart. Just try and angle your chest outward, look up towards the sky. Good job. Last deep breath. And come all the way back up. Right wrist grabs the left, sway to the right. Same options as the other side. Looking up towards the sky, dropping the shoulders, relaxing the face. 1 more deep breath. Inhale all the way back up. Hands to the heart. Point your toes, face over the left side. Hinge at your hips. Option to walk your hands as far along your legs as they'd like to go. You can always keep them at the heart if that feels better. Last two. And inhale, walk it all the way back up. Hands to the heart, face over the right side. Hinge at the hips, keep the toes pointed. Relax your shoulders. Last three. Use your next inhale to walk the hands all the way back up. Here, we're going to straighten out the legs in front of you. Bend them. Here, we'll flex. Bend the right leg, bring it across the left. And sway to the right side. Look over your right shoulder. Option to bend the left arm at 90 degrees. Good. So now we're twisting out the back and the neck once again. Take one more deep breath. And use your exhale to slowly come back to center. Here you're going to either bend your right leg next to or on top of your left foot. Whatever feels more comfortable. Hands to the heart, hinge at the hips. Option to stay here or to walk your arms as far along the leg as they'd like to go. So we're still warming it up a little bit. Take one or two more deep breaths. Inhale, walk your arms all the way back up. You're going to stay to the right, bend the left, bring it across the right, twist to the left. Look over your left shoulder, option to bend the right arm. Keep your face relaxed. Unclenching the jaw. Last one. Now use your next exhale to come back to center. Bend your left leg next to or on top of the right. Hands to the heart, hinge at the hips, and reach as far along the leg as you'd like to. Leading with your chest, not with your head. Very good. Dropping the shoulders, trying to pay attention to where you hold tension in your body. Take one more breath. And inhale it all the way back up. Straighten out both legs. Here we're going to come into a tabletop pose. So hands will come under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and look between your thighs. You shouldn't even really see the feet. They're tucked behind the knees. Good. So on your inhale, drop your belly, arch your back, look up at the ceiling or sky, wherever you're at. Exhale, round. Press the floor away from you. Tuck your chin into the chest. This is our cat pose. On your inhale, arch back up, look up at the sky from your cat. Keep going at your own pace. So exhaling as you round, inhaling as you arch for our cat-cow sequence. Waking up the spine. Last two. And when you're done, slowly come back to your tabletop. Keep your knees at 90 degrees and start walking your hands forward for your puppy pose. So if this doesn't feel good on the knees, you can always send the hips back. Do what feels best. Here we're opening out our chest and shoulders. You can either keep your forehead to the mat or you can bring your chin to the mat. Option to bring your arms together and overhead wherever you're at. Two more deep inhales and exhales. Release your arms, thread your needle, right arm will come through the left. You can either stay here or you can bring your left arm up and bend it behind the back, opening out the chest a little more. One more breath. And release, come back to center, left arm through the right. You can stay here or you can bring your right arm open behind the back. Good, try to keep your body nice and aligned. Hips wide, not sliding over to the right. Good. Last deep inhale. And on your exhale, release. Press back to your tabletop. We're going to curl the toes and inhale up off the knees. Good. Maybe waking up the toes and ankles. Slowly send your hips back. Keep your legs bent. Bring your chest as close to the knees as they'll let you. We're practicing for our down dog, and it's much more important to have a straight back than to have straight legs. Those will come eventually. Good, so almost imagining like you're bringing your head to the mat, and you can stay here or you can start bending one leg as you straighten the other just as much as it wants to straighten out. Great job. Knowing that your body's always tighter at the beginning of practice, at the beginning of the day even, than at the end. So be patient, have no expectations, and slowly come to stillness in your down dog, whatever variation you'd like. So there can be a bend in the knees. There's so many modifications of every single pose, so we can all find one that makes us comfortable. On your inhale, start walking your hands back towards your feet. Good, now we're in a forward fold. We're going to stay here, put a little bend in the knees, grab the elbows, let the head, neck, and shoulders drop, and swing left to right for our pendulum pose. It's awesome for the shoulders, low back. Just imagine everything's rolling off your upper back. Last two. And when you're ready, come back to center. Drop the hands, keep a little bend in the knees. Slowly start rolling all the way up to standing with your head, neck, and shoulders rising up last. And start swaying left to right. Very good. And once you're here, bring your feet about 5 feet apart. We're going to have our right foot face the right side of the room. Arms are going to come out towards the sides. Lean toward the right as if someone's pulling your hand. And it's okay if you need a little bend in that front leg. Bring your hand on the thigh, shin, ankle, or floor. Opposite arm in the air. Looking up towards that hand in the sky. This is our triangle pose because we're making a triangle shape with our body, our legs. Last deep breath. Now let's inhale back up. Hands to the heart, face over this front leg. Option to stay here or to bring your back leg forward. So it's as if both are in one straight line like a tightrope. Find one spot to gaze at that doesn't move. In yoga we call that our true stand, meaning our focal point. Hands to the heart, gaze at this focal point. Hinge at the hips, feel free to stay here or drop your arms. Now at home, if you have any books, you can always substitute them for blocks if we don't have any. They can always help us modify, especially if we're feeling a little tight, maybe not like bringing our hands all the way down. So know that you have a lot of options. Good job. And on your next inhale, we're going to keep our left hand on the floor, bring the right arm in the air for our reverse triangle. Again, you can always bend that front leg if you need to. One more slow inhale. Exhale, frame the leg, bring your back foot to face outwards again, and come all the way back up. Both feet are going to face forward, and now our left leg is going to face the left side of the room. Arms out, shoulders drop. Look towards the left side, lean. Bring your hand on your thigh, shin, ankle, block, or floor. Opposite arm up in the air, looking up at the sky. Relax your shoulders, your jaw, everything. Last deep breath. And inhale, rise all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Now we're going to face over the left leg. Option to bring the back leg facing forward as well. Both legs in one straight line. Finding our focal point. Hinging at the hips. Option to drop the hands. Very good. Relax the shoulders, relax the head. Maybe shake the neck a little. Good job. Last 2 deep inhales and exhales. On your next inhale, we're going to leave our right hand on the floor and bring our left arm up in the air. Great job. Last 2. to start walking them back behind you, almost as if you're bringing your head to the ground, though that's not necessarily your goal. You can always walk your feet a little further apart. And again, lean the weight forward. Don't just keep it in the heels. Drop your head. Don't strain the neck at all here. This is our first mini inversion, where our hips are above our heads. So let's stay here another 3 deep breaths. Last one. Walk it back to center. Bring your hands over towards your left side, and here we're going to start bending the leg, pointing the right toes. Straighten it out. So we're doing side lunges here. Hands on the inside of your thigh, and we're going to start walking the hands over toward the other side. Straighten out your other leg. Great. So you can keep going like this, side to side. You also have the option to bring your hands to the heart. Just try and point the toes of whichever leg you're straightening. Get about 2 or 3 more sets. Still breathing in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. And we're all going to end over on the right side. Good. Come back to your straddle. Hands to the heart, come all the way up. Walk or jump your feet back together. Bend them, maybe make some circles with your wrists. And we're going to do our first sun salutation here. So we'll go nice and slow. Start at the front of your mat. Into Tadasana mountain pose. So head is over the heart is over the pelvis. Pelvis is right over the feet. And we're going to inhale the arms overhead. Optional tiny back bend and forward fold. Good job. From here, we're going to do our halfway lift. Make an L shape with your back. Your arms will be anywhere from your thighs to your feet, depending on how straight your back is in this pose. And then we're going to come back into a forward fold. Then the legs, hands to the mat. Walk or jump your feet into a plank. And then from plank, we're going to do a chaturanga. It's a lot like a push-up. Feel free to start on the knees, and we can maybe try our next time off it. So tuck your elbows as close into the chest to 90 degrees as they'll let you. If they don't want to go that low, just bring them as low as they want. And then from here, we're going to press up for our upward facing dog. Feel your low back, and then we're going to exhale, curl the toes, come back into down dog. Stay here, notice your down dog opening up. Breathe slowly. And now we're going to have our first child's pose. So bring your knees to the edges of the mat, feet together, hips back. Walk your hands forward. Good job. This is a great pose you can come into in any practice if you ever need a little break. Last deep breath. And we're going to slowly come back from our tabletop into a nice seated pose. So take a nice deep breath. Always feel free to get water if you ever need to. And now we're going to come to the front of our mat. We're going to start some poses on our back now. So before we start, we're going to do our boat pose. You have 2 options. Option 1 is one leg up. Option 2 is both legs up. Wherever you are, core is tight, back is straight, arms are up in line with the legs. We're going to do 6 breaths. I'll tell you when to switch if you're doing one leg at a time. Good job. So here's where we'll switch if we've been doing one. Last 2. Now use your exhale to slowly come all the way back into a lay down position on your mat. Good, shake it out. Now let's bring both feet on the mat. Alright, legs gonna come up in the air. Flex the foot, make circles with your right ankle. Inhale, opposite direction. And now let's bend this right ankle over the left knee. Sway the hips side to side. Option to stay here or to inhale your left foot up off the mat. Keep swaying. Final option would be to hug the left thigh or shin with your arms. Whatever feels best. Relax the shoulders. Good job. Make sure the head, neck, and shoulders are not coming up at all. If they are, then either bring your legs further down your arms further down the leg, or just release your arms. It doesn't matter how deep you go. It matters how you get there in your alignment. So there's never any rush with our yoga. Let's try and hold this pose wherever it feels tightest. So that's probably going to be over toward the left side. Again, this is our reclined pigeon. It's a great hip opener. Close the eyes here. Take maybe another 1 or 2 breaths. On your next inhale, come back to center. Drop your left foot, uncross your right. Swing both knees side to side again. Come back to center. This time the left leg comes up, flex the foot, make circles with the ankle. Inhale, opposite direction. And center it. Now we're going to bend the left leg over the right knee. Sway them side to side. Good job. So remember, one side may feel totally different than the other. So feel free to keep this leg here. Or you can take the right leg up. Keep swaying. Final option would be to hug the right thigh or shin, just like the other side. Now, as you feel your hips wake up, feel your back roll out as well. It's a great stretch for the whole body. Try and keep every other part of your body softened. Great. Now we'll maybe hold it over toward the right side, wherever it feels tightest. Feel free to close the eyes. Great job. Last 2 breaths. Slowly come back to center. Release the right foot, uncross the left. Swing both knees side to side. Now let's come back to center when we're ready. Both feet stay under the knees, hands pressed by the hips. We're going to do a low bridge, so press into all 4, both hands, both feet. Inhale the hips up into the sky. Great, so feel free to stay here. You also can start rolling your shoulders under each other, maybe grabbing the hands together. Another option is to come on the toes, so just do what feels best, never forcing anything. Last 2 deep breaths in whatever variation of umbrella we chose. I'm in a bridge pose. Now use your exhale to release your hands and shoulders, hips down, hug the knees in, sway left to right. And now we're going to release the legs, straighten them. Here we'll start by hugging the right thigh in, move it side to side, and use your exhale to bring this right leg as far across the left as your body will let you. Left hand will rest on the right thigh, right arm will come out toward the right side. So you want both shoulders on the mat. If your right shoulder is coming up off the mat at all, scoot your whole body toward the left. Keep your left leg straight. And this is our supine twist. Supine meaning laid down on the back. So this is really awesome for both the hips and the neck. Breathe deeply into this pose. Unclench your jaw. Soften your forehead, eyebrows, and eyelids. And just breathe. 2 or 3 more deep inhales and exhales. And release it. Straighten out your whole body here. Get ready to do the same thing on the other side. So now we'll hug the left leg. Move it side to side. Use your exhale to bring it as far across the right leg as your body will let you. Right hand rests on the left thigh. Left arm comes out toward the left side. Scoot your whole body towards the right if there's any space under the left shoulder. And look over at the left palm, which is facing the sky as well. Right leg is straight. Good job. So option to close the eyes if you feel comfortable. Take slow, deep breaths. Softening the face, neck, shoulders. Make sure you're not blocking the knees. And we'll take 2 more. Good. Use your next inhale.
Attention all your yes, yours will be closing in 10 minutes for deep cleaning. Our routine yours will be closing in 10 minutes for deep cleaning. Thank you.
Use your next inhale to bring this left leg back to the chest. And release. Straighten out the whole body. Hug the knees into the chest. We're going to do a happy baby. So grab either your thighs, shins, ankles, inside or outside of your feet. Flex them and sway left to right. This opens up the hips and it feels awesome on the back. Keep breathing slowly. Feel your body winding down now. And on our exhale, let's bring our feet together. So if that doesn't feel good, you can always keep the hands on the belly or by the sides. Otherwise, holding them. Feeling ourselves really roll out the sacrum, the lowest part of the back. Feeling great. Good job. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. And now we're slowly going to bring both feet to the mat in our reclined butterfly pose. So both feet come as close to the pelvis as they'll let you. You can always sink it further down. If it's ever too much, bring the ankles further away from you. And wherever you are, shoulders will drag down and away from the head. Hands down and away from the hips, palms facing up. Good job. Close your eyes, feel gravity. Open out the thighs, pushing down the knees. Let's try and hold this about 5 more deep breaths. Last 2. When you're ready, slowly start bringing the knees back together. Hug them to your chest. Sway left to right. And start doing any few last poses that you might want to do. Just know that when you are ready for your final pose, you have a couple options. One is feet to the edges of the mat, knees falling in together. 2 is walking the legs all the way out. Wherever you are, once again, drag your shoulders down and away from the head. Hands down and away from the hips, palms facing up. Start by closing the eyes. We're going to do a full body scan here, starting at the top of the head. So just close your eyes and listen to my voice. Focus on your forehead, feel it relax. Eyebrows soften. Eyelids become heavy, we're not squinting them. Jaws are unclenched, so there's space between your teeth and there's space between
Attention all your members and guests, the earth will be closing in 5 minutes for your cleaning. I repeat, the earth will be closing in 5 minutes for your cleaning. Thank you.
You can rest here for as long as you like. Just know whenever you are ready to come up, you have the option to roll into a fetal pose first. So to do that, you just roll right into your left or right side and use your corresponding arm, elbow as a pillow. Connecting your heart to the earth below it, still staying with our slow belly breaths. And when you're ready, slowly bringing yourself up to a seated position. And you have the option to say in your heart or out loud, Namaste, meaning the light in me recognizes the light in all. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining our yoga class, and be sure to check out all the other mind, body, as well as different classes we offer here at the UREC.